evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Monday, 17 January, and I'm Curtis Morton. In our headlines, Ireland wins series versus West Indies, and in our feature for this evening, New Vision whip SDA Jets. We'll take this break, and I'll be right back.
Breathe. Release. Feel. Transform. Embrace. You.
Well, I'm back, and we start with cricket. Another very intriguing contest in the Harvey Stapleton T20 tournament was played on Saturday, 15 January at the VOJN grounds. Empire faced off with Highlights International 1. Empire batted first and got to 139 for 7 in their 18 allotted overs, with T1 Prentice making a crucial 13 not out at the back end of the innings. Highlights International, in response, despite a bit of a cameo from overseas player Tariq Newman, succumbed at 114 for 8. Summarized scores: Empire 139 for 7 in 18 overs, T1 Prentice 30 not out, Rashad Ford 26, Adelvin Phillip 22, Raki Subnarine 18, and Jelani Manners 16. Amari Jones 4 for 27, Tariq Newman 2 for 14, Light Brown 1 for 34, the main bowlers. Highlights International 114 for 18, 16 overs, Tariq Newman 42, Adrian Williams 28, Tyler Nisbet 16 not out. Shinan Hure, he picked up 3 for 9, T1 Prentice 2 for 27, Raki Subnarine 2 for 34, Rashad Ford 1 for 19, Empire won by 25 runs. Man of the match, Tariq Newman. Further afield, Ireland won its first bilateral one-day series against a test-playing nation other than Zimbabwe and Afghanistan by beating the West Indies in a thriller at Kingston to clinch the series 2-1. The star of the show was all-rounder Andy McBride, whose 4 for 28 first restricted West Indies to 212. Then when they batted, he made a sturdy 59 to guide the Ireland's 10th chase. There were contributions from Harry Tector, who hit 52, and standing captain Paul Stirling, who smashed a 38-ball 44 at the top of the innings to set up the chase. Ireland was cruising at 152 for 2 at one stage, but then slumped to 208 for 8 with medium pacer Odean Smith triggering the collapse, with spin twins Ruston Chase and Akil Hussain also chipping in with big strikes. Smith had McBride caught behind to start the slump. Then Chase dismissed Neil Rock, Curtis Camper, and Tector in 3 of his next 4 overs as the visitors suddenly encountered turbulence. Ireland was 190 for 5 at one stage, but would slip further when Hussain dismissed Garrett Delaney for 10 off 5 deliveries. Then George Dockrell nicked to Jason Holder's slip. Although as many as 7 overs remained to get the required 5 runs, Ireland had just 2 wickets in hand, but the pair of Mark Ade and Craig Young safely negotiated Chase's final over before Young hit the winning boundary off Romario Shepherd. Summary scores: Ireland 213 for 8, McBride 59, Tector 52, Chase 3 for 44, beat West Indies 212, Hope 52, McBride 4 for 28, Young 3 for 43. Ireland winning by 2 wickets and sealing the deal with a series win. Meanwhile, Cricket West Indies women's selection panel yesterday named an 18-member squad for the one-day international series against South Africa women at the Imperial Wanderers Stadium in Johannesburg from January 25th to February 7th. The full squad reads Stephanie Taylor captain, Anisa Mohammed vice-captain, Aliyah Aline, Shimane Campbell, Shamilia Connell, Deandra Dottin, Afi Fletcher, Cherry-Ann Fraser, Janelia Glasgow, Chinel Henry, Kesia Knight, Mandy Mangru, Haley Matthews, Chadian Nation, Charisma Ramharak, Kesia Schultz, Shakira Selman, and Rashada Williams. In terms of the match schedule, Tuesday, January the 25th, they'll have a warm-up match versus the South Africa 11. Friday, January the 28th, the first one-day match. Monday, January 31st, the second one-day match. Thursday, February the 3rd, the third one-day match. And Sunday, February the 6th, the fourth and final one-day match. We'll take this break and I'll be back with our feature for this evening. Well, I'm back, and tonight cricket is in the spotlight. On Sunday, 16th January, at the VOJN grounds, the Harvey Stapleton T20 tournament continued with two matches. In Game 1, SCA Jets came up against the New Vision team. Jets won the toss and elected to bat first, and due to an outstanding partnership between the veteran Elroy Kelly and the hard-hitting female cricketer Melissa Clark, got to a competitive 76 for 2 in 12 overs. The New Vision team wasted little time in overhauling the target, however, with Ron Laborde and Carlon Smitten showing aggression from the very first ball. Summarized scores: SCA Jets 76 for 2 in 12 overs, Melissa Clark 23 not out, Elroy Kelly 22 not out, and there were 23 extras. Kimani Nisbet 1 for 12, Alan Ward 1 for 15, the main bowlers. New Vision 77 without loss in 5.3 overs, Rohan Laborde 35 not out, Carlon Smitten 29 not out, and there were 13 extras. New Vision won by 10 wickets. Man of the match, Rohan Laborde. Let's take in some of the action from the VOJN grounds. swinging again into that is Melissa Clark. She certainly went after that with a vengeance and didn't really time it, but he went down to mid-on and they collect a single. Well, Skidder has been introduced into the attack and he'll be bowling to Melissa Clark, who has shown that she has big intentions today. So here's Skidder, who plays for the Nevis over 35's team, gets a full toss, gone past the keeper, goes down to the boundary. That will be 4. No balls. No ball! Free hit! So it's going to be a no ball and a free hit. Let's see if the umpire, well, I don't see a signal for free hit. Well, there's no signal of free hit. So I'm assuming that he has gotten away with that one as he moves in now to bowl. And she's backing away. It goes to the keeper again. It goes for 4 more. This might be wides. It's 4 wides and they'll all add up. Certainly, Jets would be very happy for these runs. So here goes once more. Skidder moves in now to bowl to Clark. Another full top, pulled away! That's a lovely shot, gone for 4. Tremendous shot by Melissa Clark. Full toss, pulled away for 4. So Melissa Clark will settle once more. Skidder wouldn't be accustomed to this kind of treatment. Getting some swings into it. Away from the man at square leg. They should look for 2 here. They're thinking about it. And L.Y. Kelly in park. Melissa Clark was heading back, but L.Y. Kelly said no. Here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Turns it into the onside. They're off and running in. Melissa will get there. L.Y. is struggling. He gets a hit in his back, I think. So Peter Charles will bowl once more to Kelly. Here goes Charles. Moves in, full toss, and he's banging this one down towards long on. And they're calling for 2, but there's no bubble really. And they get 1. So that will bring Melissa Clark back into strike. The score is 43. We're in over number 6, and there are only 12 overs now. Been reduced to 12 overs. So we're in over number 6, and the score is 43 for the loss of 1. 43 for the loss of 1. 2? 2. 43 for the loss of 2. Bangs it past the bowler. They should be looking for at least 2 here, but they'll only get 1. It was a short ball, dragged it down, and Melissa Clark punched it back past the bowler and got a single. So here's Peter Charles. Moving in now to bowl to Kelly. Kelly's getting one that's fast and flat outside the off stump. Goes for the cut shot, misses. New bowler. Gets a bit of an edge onto that as she goes for the big drive. Melissa Clark goes down to long leg, who fields it. And they get a single. That's new bowler Carlin Smitten. So it's going to be Smitten, and he'll be bowling now to L.Y. Kelly, the seasoned campaigner. Moves in now to bowl. Kelly's pushing it into the offside. They're off and running. The man is coming across. Gets a return in. And it must have been pretty close from the reaction. And they got a single. So it's going to be Peter Charles, and he'll be bowling to Melissa Clark. And I could tell you this much. Clark is not easing up. She's going after the bowling with a vengeance. So here goes Charles, moving in now to bowl. She's swinging into that, but there's a man deep at mid-wicket, so they'll only get a single, I believe. He goes down in the approved manner, and they get a single. So I think the score has moved up now to the 50 mark. So it's going to be Charles trying the wrist spin on that occasion. So he bowls off spinners and leg spinners. Again, he's trying for a leg break. He's cutting at that, and they're thinking of the single. Melissa Clark is looking for the single, but there's a bit of a change here in the minds as they go back to their respective creases. Here goes once more. It's going to be Peter Chaz, one of the youngsters who would have developed here at the Virgin grounds under Wendell Micey Wallace and Company. Pretty useful player. Moves in now to bowl to Kelly. Floated and Kelly's spanking it, but not really hitting it too powerfully. It's just dribbling down to the man at long off. They'll get another single. So one more to the total. And that brings Clark back into strike. Settles over her bat once more. Chaz trying to loop it here. Trying to tease into error. Flatter. She's punching at that. Keeper takes off the bails. Beaten for pace on that occasion because it was flatter, it was faster. And she was a little late into the shot, well taken by the keeper. Walwyn, I think it is, whipping off the bails in the process. Here goes once more. Peter Charles moves in now to bowl to Clark. Clark is pulling into this one, but there's a man deep and there's no bubble. And so they'll only get another single. But she definitely was pulling hard into that one. She dragged it down once more, Peter Charles. And got a single. So that brings Kelly back into strike. The veteran seasoned campaigner. Elroy Kelly. Here goes Charles. Bowls to Kelly. Kelly's cutting at that one again. Beaten flew to the keeper. That ends over number 8, I believe. 4 remaining. It's going to be Melissa Clark taking strike now from Carlin Smitten. Bowls. She's swinging into that, and they're off and running. Skidder is hustling in, but he's too slow and can't prevent the single. So another single. Again, Clark was swinging hard. She's going very hard at the deliveries. So going for power over timing right now. Elroy Kelly settles as he goes. He's trying to undrive, and they're off and running while he was appealing. Brilliant. That. So I think the bowler has gotten away with murder in this over, really. This time again, he's struggling into it. It looks as if it's going to be a maiden over. And Kelly certainly hasn't handled this over well at all. And he would know that. And I believe he's going to go for a big heave. That's the thinking of the human mind. This time he's driving it to the offside. Look for 2 guys! And so they should be getting 2 very easily. Might even get more. But backed up there by Carlin Smitten. So that ends the over. Just 2 runs off it. And I think it's just 2 overs remaining. Here goes once more bowl. That should be a wide. The umpire duly signals. She was having a slash at that was Clark. She's going after everything. At least she's making an effort. Here's Wallace once more. Moves in now. She's going high in the air. Nobody's going to catch that. I don't think he's going to catch that. He's under it, but he's not going to catch it. I thought so. I really thought so. Catches like that are kind of difficult to take. They spiral in the air. And people can laugh as much as they want, but they're not the easiest of catches to take, really. So that brings Elroy Kelly back into strike to the experience. Well, 2 experienced players here. Wallace bowls, he's beaten, comprehensively beaten. He was on the back foot instead of on the front foot, and the ball landed and left him. So Wallace getting the away movement on that occasion. As he goes once more, moving in now to bowl to Kelly. Kelly's cutting this one, and they're off and running. Here's a throw, and good back up there by Peter Charles because that ball was traveling. Show from Skidder, and they got another run. So Melissa Clark moves back into strike. She's banging this one, punching it down towards the man deep. He gets behind it and stops it effectively, but the ball was traveling nicely. That was well timed, and she gets another run. So Wallace moves in once more to bowl. Here's Elroy Kelly pulling into this one. They should get at least 2 here. The man is moving across. That looks like Carlin Smitten. He's getting the return in now, and backed up by that looks like Laborde. And 2 runs. That ends the over. And I think it's the final over coming up. Oh, almost one-handed there, swinging down towards long on. And thinking about the second, Melissa knows that she should be looking for 2. LY! So Kelly in the final over. We know that he can't be patting around in this over. This is the final over. Should be going after everything. He's pulls into this one. There's a man deep. Laborde at square leg. Gets behind it nicely. And they'll only get a single. Okay, that's... So that brings Clark back into strike. Here he goes. Moves in now to bowl to Clark. Clark is swinging into this one. Again, Laborde is there waiting for it. Allows it to bounce. And they get another single. So she's making the effort. So Kelly in strike. Moves in now. He's swinging into that one. There's a man deep. He's falling in front of him. And they'll only get a single. So one more to the total. So at least they're making the effort. As here goes now. Moves in now to bowl. Clark goes high in the air. Somebody's chasing after it. The bowler gets a hand to it, drops it. And I think there's one more delivery to go. So Judy Morton was padded up for a long time. Looks as if she might not get to bat. The batsman will have a bit of a conference. And I think Melissa would have told LY we're going to run wherever this goes. Last ball and all. Swings into that. There's a man deep. Is he going to catch it? Drops in front of him. Melissa is going back for the second. That's tremendous running. Misses the stump. They're going back for the third. They're going back for the third. And they get it. That's 3 well-run runs. Crucial runs. And I don't think New Vision would be happy with themselves there. They got 3 key runs, really. Well, that's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.